Hello everyone. Hello. Good to see you. Today you're welcome to today's video, and I know so many of you are joining in from different parts of the country, from outside the country, from Kenya, from Nigeria, from Canada, from the United States of America. You're welcome to today's video. Yes, so our guest is around already. So before we bring her in, I'm going to let us come in more. Okay, I can see some people already. So let's go on this short break to introduce our guest, of course, Muthike Jannifar, all the way from Kenya. So black soldier fly has been known to be a great source of protein for our livestock feed and also a source of organic fertilizer for our crops.
Welcome.
Join me as we have a discussion with our very own Muthike Jannifar, an entomologist from Kenya, as she shares her ideas on why black soldier fly farming is the answer to sustainable agriculture. Hello, hi. Hey Jannifar, how you doing?
I'm
Good
very
to have
fine.
you
How
here
doing?
today. I'm great,
Good to have
amazing. Wow, you you're looking beautiful as always.
Thank you.
Yes, you're very
You're
much
beautiful as
welcome. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much. So we have Jannifar Muthike from Kenya. She's an entomologist, but I'm going to be letting her do all that talking. So we'd like to meet you. People here would like to meet you. So tell us a little about yourself and what you do.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure. So my name is Muthike Jannifar. I come from Kenya, the central part of Kenya. And yes, I'm an
Okay.
entomologist by profession. I studied entomology and parasitology back in campus, and that's where I learned the skill of insect farming and how I can use it to help provide solutions to farmers in my community. Since where I come from, central part of Kenya, almost over 95% of the population is made up of small-scale farmers. So, and growing up, I'm a farmer's daughter, and growing up, I
Wow.
could yeah. So growing up, I was exposed to the many challenges that our farmers are facing. And one of the main challenge that has stood out to date is the continuous reduction in crop yields by unit area, which has been attributed to the decline in soil fertility and also due to poor agronomic practices by our farmers. And I believe this
Mm-hmm.
is something that is prevalent for Africa. So back in campus, I learned the skill of insect farming and how I can use it to help provide a solution to these farmers. And that's why now I started venturing into black soldier fly farming as well as redworms farming. And also I do a bit of cricket farming. But majorly, I'm more into the vermicomposting using black soldier flies and also the red one.
Amazing. Wow, that's a whole lot. So you're into black soldier fly, you've done a bit of red worm and cricket, right? That's amazing. So we'd like to
Yeah.
know what is black soldier fly farming? I'm sure a whole lot of people here don't really know what black soldier fly farming is about. So can you just give us a brief or a summary of what black soldier fly farming is all about?
Okay. So essentially, black soldier fly is a fly, just like the common house fly, but there are two different types of flies. It's not like the common
Okay.
house fly. People confuse the black soldier fly with the common house fly. There are two different species of insects.
Okay.
So I can explain the difference between the two. For starters, the common housefly is known to transmit diseases. It's a vector of diseases. But now with the black soldier fly, it's not a vector of any disease. It doesn't bring any disease or it doesn't carry any disease. And also
Amazing.
another, the common housefly feeds on food. That's why you will find it around human environment in search for food. But
Mm-hmm.
now with the black butterfly, it doesn't consume food. What it does, it only lives on water alone. So you'll never find it in human habitation looking for food. So, and also another difference, the common housefly is known to be of nuisance. You'll find it all over homes. Anywhere you go, you see those common houseflies.
Yes.
With the black soldier fly, it's more prevalent where we have waste fields. In landfills with organic waste, that's where you'll find the black soldier fly. So it's a fly like
Okay.
yeah, like,
Amazing.
and now it's in different stages. The fly now, the black soldier fly is the adult stage where it lays its eggs, and after laying the eggs, they take about 3 to 5 days for them to, what is it called, to hatch, sorry, for them to hatch. And after hatching,
Okay.
they grow up to the larva stage. The larva stage is the warm stage, and this is the stage
Okay.
that contains a lot of organic waste. So we call them they are called voracious feeders. They do not stop
Okay.
feeding at that. They
So it's
consume a,
continuous.
yes, a lot of organic waste. So after
Okay.
consuming for about 14 to 20 days, they start changing. That is, they change, they transit to another stage, which is now the pre-pupa stage, where they change their color into black. And
Wow.
from that stage, they no longer feed on anything. Then after another 7 to 14 days, they change to now the pupa stage. The pupa stage is dormant and it's also black in color. And when you touch it, it's a bit hard. So this is the stage that later emerges now into the fly again, and the cycle continues. So
Okay.
in about uh, 45 days, 45 to 50 days approximately, that's the life cycle of the black soldier fly.
Amazing. 45 to 50 days. That's a month and some weeks or some days rather. Wow, that's a whole lot.
Sorry. Maybe I should mention that's also specified by the environmental conditions and weather conditions. That's
Okay.
also dependent on the life cycle timeline.
Okay. So does that mean we can't raise black soldier fly all year round, or is it possible?
There in Nigeria.
Yeah, can we raise it all year round? Can we have black soldier fly larvae all year round? Is it possible?
Yes. Oh, yes, it is possible. Absolutely. And one good thing is the fact that Africa weather it's favorable for insect growth. So you'll find that rearing the black soldier fly in the African continent is something quite easier than other Western continents.
Oh, that's amazing. So you mentioned something. You said they are not a vector. That means they don't carry diseases. So does that mean it is edible? Because I know some people want to know if it's edible by humans as well.
Okay, so what happens is the warm stage, the larva stage that I told you that feeds voraciously, it has been tested and it's found that its
Yes.
nutrients, especially the protein component of it, is almost equal to the protein content in fish meal, which is about 40%, 40
Okay.
to 50%. And that's determined by the quality of the organic waste that you're feeding them. So this worm stage has been approved to be used as an alternative source for protein in animal feeds in place now of the fish meal. So yes, it can be fed, but now
Okay.
again, due to the African our African nature, about you telling
Yes.
somebody a worm, they find it quite unethical.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, have you eaten it before? Have you had a taste of BSF before?
yes, I have. I have eaten
Really?
them. Yes, I have.
Amazing. That's interesting.
We are still dealing with this issue of unethical, of people finding it quite
Okay.
unethical to consume them. And that's why now we've started feeding them on animals. It's easier now to sell it to somebody and tell them to feed their chicken, to feed their pigs, or even to feed it to their fish as an
Okay.
alternative protein, other than now telling people to consume, though we are still headed there.
Okay. Okay. That's amazing. So like you were saying, you said the quality of the black soldier fly or the larvae is dependent on the quality of organic waste given to them. So does that mean there is going to be any variation in the quantity of crude protein at the end of the day if you are to give them different organic waste?
Absolutely. And I'll give you an
Okay.
example with something that is common in computer when they say garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage out, yeah.
So what you're looking for in the worms is the protein. So if you're going to
Mm-hmm.
feed them on substance or organic waste that is less of protein, then you'll find
Yes.
whatever they put out will also be less.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
true.
So if at
That's
least
true.
you're going to collect organic waste, it's advisable for you to have different varieties of the organic waste for them to accommodate all the nutrients.
Okay. That's amazing. So what would you say is the best organic waste to give black soldier flies?
So far, what I have worked with is now. Okay, maybe I'll also give heads up on that. It's
Okay.
dependent on what end product you need in place. There are
Okay.
people who are farming the black soldier fly, and their end goal is the vermicompost. That is the fertilizer, the organic fertilizer from the black soldier
Okay.
flies. So after they feed on the organic waste, what they do is they clean it up, and
Mm-hmm.
as they feed on it, whatever they excrete, which is called the frass, any insect poop is known as frass. So their frass is also called the vermicompost, which is now an organic fertilizer that can be used in the farm. So there are people who are farming it with the end goal being now the vermicompost in mind. If that is
Okay.
your, if that's what you want to concentrate on, then you're supposed to look at the volume of the organic waste that you're feeding them on. But if your end goal is the protein, now the insect protein, then you're supposed to look at the quality of the organic waste that you're feeding them on. Whatever has worked so far
Hmm.
for me is byproducts of meat byproduct,
Okay.
and also blood meal. We also have
Wow.
pig waste. Pig also works
Okay.
wonders, and chicken waste, especially the indigenous chicken. And if you have
Mm-hmm.
the right attire, protective gear to handle fecal waste, then you can use it. Yeah. So
Okay.
far that has worked magic. Also, food waste
Food
and fruit
waste.
waste,
Okay. Fruit
waste from
waste.
hotels and fruit waste.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so that's amazing. Thank you so much for that. So now let's go into seeing BSF farming as the answer to sustainable agriculture. What is your take on that? Do you think that it is actually going to be the answer to sustainable agriculture, or is it the answer already? Are people really looking into it? Are people really embracing this aspect of farming, BSF farming? Because I'm sure a whole lot of people don't know about this yet. Because when we look at feed formulation, so many people are still they are still majored on using fish meal, soya bean, and so many other protein source to formulate their feed. So is BSF really a good replacement for fish meal in our feed formulation?
Okay, so let me start with one of the main challenges that farmers are experiencing, especially livestock keepers, is high cost of the animal feeds. And what makes the animal feed so expensive is the protein in it, especially the animal protein. In this case scenario now, the fish meal, which accounts to 70% of the total cost. You'll find
Mm-hmm.
case example, 20 kg bag of animal feeds costs about maybe $25, you'll find that 70%
Mm-hmm.
of the $25 is used to buy now the protein, that is the fish meal. And this has
Yeah.
made many fish meal many fish millers and feed millers to produce substandard feeds, which has now
Mm.
affected our farmers. So as a farmer, you're capable to produce your own protein and formulate your own feeds for your animals. That's the way to go.
Amazing.
And also
So,
another, when we,
no, continue.
sorry, when we look at the sustainability of the production of the black soldier flies, I think from my end, what I have experienced, nothing depicts sustainability better than the black soldier fly farming. I'll give you
Mm.
a case example.
Okay.
Um, uh, all these climatic changes in the world and more conversations about conservation of our resources
Mm-hmm.
for a better soils and better production of food. When we look at the conservation of water specifically, if you compare production of the fish meal versus production of the black soldier fly, you'll find that for you to produce 1 kg of the fish meal, you'll require not less than 100 liters of water. But when we come to the
Mm-hmm.
black soldier fly production, for you to produce 1 kg of the black soldier fly worms, you won't need more than 1 liter of water. So
Wow.
you
Amazing.
see that difference. That
Yeah.
And also, when you look at soya is also another alternative protein used for animal feeds. When you look at soya production, for me to produce 1 ton of the soya, I'll need not less than 1 acre of land. But when you
Mm-hmm.
come to production of 1 ton of the black soldier fly, I'll
Yeah.
need a size of maybe 8 to 15 meters. A square plot
Mm.
of 8 meters by 15 meters is enough for me to produce 1 ton of the black soldier fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Sustainability, for its sustainability, that's key. And also, again, um, we are what we eat, and what we eat is constantly changing. If you look
mm-hmm.
at the case example, the Food and Organization, the FAO, sorry, Food and
Yeah.
Agriculture Organization, in their
Organization.
report, they were claiming that we are planting about 12 species. 70 of the food production consists of about 12 species, 12 plant species, yet we have
Mm-hmm.
over 200 plant species that we can consume, but we have
Mm.
concentrated our energies on these 12 species. And also,
Yes.
when it comes to animals, look at the animals that we are consuming globally.
Mm.
There are only five
Mm-hmm.
species of animals consumed
Yes.
globally. So this has, and also again, the calories, majority of the calories that we consume globally comes from three major crops, that is wheat, maize, and rice. So you
Yes.
find that globally we are quite susceptible to climatic changes and effects of pests and diseases. So that's why now the conversation of introducing new farming systems comes in. And with these new farming systems, we should also look at their sustainability, how
Yeah.
they can help us to utilize our resources effectively. And with the black
Mm.
soldier fly farming, hands up.
Mm. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So it's basically turning waste into value, and that is powerful. That is powerful. So
Yes.
basically, it's encouraging every farmer to go into black soldier fly farming. So as a farmer, Shikemi, what would you say is the minimum I can use to set up a black soldier fly farm?
So, first of all, I do consultancy services to farmer organizations and also farmer groups, youths, and also individual farmers who are interested in farming the black soldier fly. And one of the key things that I insist on is if you do not have waste at your disposal,
Hmm.
then you're not in a good position to farm black soldier fly farming because they
Yeah.
voraciously feed on the waste. So if you have resources like waste at your own disposal, then you can start with as small as you can. On my end, I started with $300, and by then I was
Okay.
producing 200 kgs per week. And now I have grown to produce more. I produce up to 1 ton at the moment of the black soldier
Wow.
flies. So
Amazing.
it's all about starting small and starting with what you have, then watch yourself grow. And also along the way, you'll be in a better position to master your skill, which is now key to ensure that you've established the cushion needed even to be able to manage the 5 tons production, the 10 tons production. So starting small is key.
Yeah, starting small is key, and this applies basically to every aspect of life. Like I do tell my people, start small, don't just go all in and then you start regretting at the end of the day. And also
Sure.
getting knowledge, getting information, getting the rudiments of everything is always key. And you can always contact our entomologist in the house, Muthike Jannifar. She's always there for consultancy purposes, and then you can reach out to her. I'm going to link LinkedIn contacts later on in the description box. So that is that. Then also, I'd like to ask, you started Doodle Masters, right? Am I right?
Yes, you are.
Yes, Doodle Masters. So what is Doodle Masters? Because that Doodle sounds Nigerian. I'm a Yoruba lady and Doodle means black. So is it Doodle Masters or is it Doodle Masters?
So
Is
actually,
that where the doodle came from?
Dudu is Swahili name for insect. So
Wow.
Dudu masters,
Okay.
insect masters.
Okay. Okay. In Nigeria, doodle means black. So I thought it was black masters. So I was like, well, it still goes and it's still okay. Black masters. So that's amazing. So when did you start Doodle Masters and what was the aim behind starting Doodle Masters?
So after I graduated back in campus, I started now my very small facility. Actually, it was my grandmother's house. I had a separate room where I was rearing the worms from. And as I was doing it, I enjoyed the whole work.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, I found the need to establish now a company, which is Doodle Masters. And I later grew now to register it, and here we are.
Amazing, amazing. So you guys, here is the CEO Doodle Masters, Muthike Jannifar, and I'm sure you guys have been learning a whole lot since she has been here. It's been amazing. And I know we have so many people here, some people here in Nigeria who are into BSF farming, and the question basically here has just been what is the cost of producing one BSF fly or cost of producing BSF? And I think you've answered that. I think you've answered that. So that is that. So what would be your advice to intending farmers and what other advice would you give them for those who want to go into BSF farming?
So, those interested in black soldier fly farming, for starters, the whole venture is still quite unconventional, especially in our continent, Africa, with Kenya now leading in its production. And so far, what I would say is the market is quite promising. If you look at the fish, actually, overfishing in lakes and in seas has
Sorry, we
been.
can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Okay, sorry, we lost her. I think the network is a bit bad. We're going to bring her in
Black
shortly.
soldier fly has been known to be a great source of protein for our livestock feed and also a source of organic fertilizer for our crops.
Welcome.
Join me as we have a discussion with our very own Muthike Jannifar, an entomologist from Kenya, as she shares her ideas on why black soldier fly farming is the answer to sustainable agriculture.
Okay, welcome back. I think we had a bit of network issues there. Yes, so like I said, your advice, we're not hearing you. So your advice, aside starting small, your advice to every other person who would like to go into BSF farming, what would your advice be to them?
So as I was saying, black soldier flies are being used as an alternative source in place of the fish meal. And due to overfishing, I don't think now production of, and actually, maybe I should give just a short brief on that. If you look at fish farming, especially omena, I don't know how you call them in Nigeria. Do you know omena?
Oh, Omena, no. What do they look like?
Animal feeds. So for you to produce these fish feeds, you have to buy them. For you to produce these fish, you have to buy food for these fish.
Yeah.
But now with soldier fly, what you're using is waste. And then another thing,
Okay.
the market is quite promising, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually using my phone, sorry, and somebody is
Okay.
interrupting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. So
No problem.
just please repeat the question. I might have missed something.
Okay, you said it's quite promising. The question was, what other advice aside starting small for intending BSF farmers? Yes. So, what other advice would you like to give us?
Master the skill of producing the insects. That's key,
Mm-hmm.
and that will take you far. And also, if ensure if you're going to start it, you have the right resources in place, and the resources I insist on the organic waste being at your disposal. And another thing, the market is out there. The market is out there. The farmers are looking for protein, for alternative sources
Mm-hmm.
of protein to feed animals, and farmers are looking for standard feeds for their animals. So
Yeah.
if you're capable of actually processing your BSF into feeds that is value addition, so that you can sell to the farmers value, then you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. So it's time for questions. We have a question here from Ugo Nwanyi. I think this person is an Igbo lady or a man. So the question says, what are the challenges in the BSF production? What are the challenges you faced so far, or challenges that we might face if we start?
So, what I have experienced in Kenya, especially in the rural areas, I said I come from the village, so it's
Mm-hmm.
the venture is still quite unconventional. So you'll find that you're trying to change the mindset of farmers from using the common fish meal into now using worms of a fly. That has been quite something for me. It's a challenge that I've been struggling with. But what I have done so far is we've had campaigns and also training sessions where we attend model farms. I have collaborated with model farms where we have trained farmers on the benefits and also the effectiveness of using now the black soldier flies in their animals. And I would say that has now they are catching up. So what is lacking is awareness. So more awareness, I can't do it on my own. So I'll ask people to help create that awareness and also sensitize the fact that we cannot just concentrate on fish meal for our animals. We also need to find other alternatives, and black soldier fly being a very ideal alternative, why not go for it?
Okay, thank you so much. Then I have a question also. I know black soldier fly has so many byproducts. So what are the byproducts of black soldier fly, and which of these byproducts has the most value?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. As for me, I think all the products are of value. We have the vermicompost, which is now the
Okay,
organic fertilizer. We have the protein, which is the dried black soldier fly larvae. And we also have the black soldier fly oil, which is
wow.
removed before drying the black soldier fly itself. And they are all of
Okay.
value. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So it's always important the oil is extracted. If the oil isn't extracted, what would happen?
The shelf life of the protein is shorter.
Okay. So how long can it stay after extracting the oil?
We are still working on that with ICIPE, that is International Center for Insect Physiology and Ecology here in Nairobi. That's a study that
Okay.
we are still
It's a
conducting.
yeah.
Once we've
Okay.
come up with the results, then I'll be at a better position to share it with you.
Okay, great. So the oil, what is it called? Is it mag oil, or I've been hearing mag oil and so many different names. So what is it
Mag
used for the oil?
name
Can I
specific.
use it for
Mag
my skin? Is it good for our skin or for cooking, or I don't know?
So yes, mag oil is the product name for a specific company. The actual name
Okay,
is just black butterfly oil. So you can name it, I can name it Muthike oil, I can name it Dudu Master oil, you see. But now
okay.
these are specifically in the cosmetic industry
Mm-hmm.
that has been approved, but more tests are being done to ascertain its effectiveness in cooking and other household activities. But then again, and also another added advantage to the black soldier fly is it has the antibacterial activity, and that's why
Mm,
it's being used. It can be used in magotherapy. When I talk about magotherapy, it's whereby you go to the hospital with this big wound and they
mm-hmm.
insert the worms at a specific stage, then they consume
Wow,
all the dirt from your wound, then you're
wow.
able now to heal from there. So
Okay.
yes, it can also be used in those industries.
Amazing. So we have a question here again. I think this is, I don't know. He said, how do you remove the oil? Is it pressure? Do you put it through some process, mechanical process before the oil comes out? So they want to know how the oil is extracted. I think some people want to go and try it after this video.
So removing the oil, you can remove it using a machinery, and you can also fabricate that machinery to be effective for
Okay.
you in your household. And it's a certain process that I can't explain it verbally unless somebody sees
Okay.
practically.
Okay. Well, I think it should be a machine that works with pressure, right? Okay. Amazing. Thank you so much for accepting to come here.
Sorry?
I said thank you so much for accepting to come here, for honoring our invitation. I had to cross the ocean. I had to take several flights just to bring Muthike Jannifar here, and we are so grateful for everything, for the eye opener, for everything you said. It's amazing. We can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough. People are really thankful here. Thank you so much for all you said. And we have some people still coming in, but we'll have to go soon because she has other things to do. So thank you, Muthike Jannifar, for today, for joining us. For those that would like to connect with her, like I said, I'm going to be leaving a link to her LinkedIn account and also her Instagram account, so you can reach out to her for consultancy purposes, and then she'll always be there to answer you and be ready to spend big money because it's not it's not free of charge. Okay, so thank you so much once again. Thank you so much. It's been amazing to have you here, and bye everyone. Thank you. See
Thank
you
you.
some other time.
And see ya.